I just lost the name. Her married name, but yeah. And the thing is, she's a cousin, two different ways, on two different branches of the family, out, and they married just like, so it's
I have that. My dad's grams, they don't branch, they just vine back in at different points. There's no endogamy, but they keep marrying back into my other cousins on my other side. So like my dad's cousins married my mother's cousins.
Yeah. So my brother married Nancy McMillan. Nancy's older brother, Jared, is Caitlin's dad. Pam McMillan married my cousin, all brothers and sisters there, married my cousin, James Laudenslager. So Caitlin has all these aunts and uncles that are intermarried.
You sure you all ain't from West Virginia or something?
But all right, they're married. The families go, and so the McMillans married into the Pattons and into the Laudenslagers. So that's how I got, and so she's I
have a phrase for that. The cousin of my cousin is my cousin.
Yeah.
Wait, they have a thing for that in West Virginia.
There is a song going around on the reels right now from back in the
my own
grandpa, yeah. Absolutely hilarious. That's from back in the 50s,
60s.
My best friend from high school married her brother's father-in-law. So the first two kids that her brother and sister-in-law had call her aunt, but the last one they had call her grandma.
Really? Isn't that where you walk into a room and there's a guy standing there with his arm around his woman and says, "I'd like you to meet my sister and my wife."
She became her own grandma. So that's all I have to say. So that song was always cute.
The one thing I want to get to go with a or two freeze dryers.
Start with
I
one.
I want to get a setup. Oh, big win every day, huh? Maybe I ought to enter that.
No.
This is what Kaylin won something on.
Oh.
So I mean, but I want to get two of these with 8 batteries for each one, and the connector that gives you
208,
440.
Mm-hmm.
You can do 460 volts out of that.
Oh no, 240. 240.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
However, if I had 4 of these with each doing 240, I have an inverter unit to get 460 out of it.
And how many pieces of electrical equipment do you have that are 483 3-phase? None.
Currently, I don't have any, but I gave my stuff to my one of my best friends, Gary Desch, who's 3 days older than I am, and he has all the 460 pumps and everything else, and drill press motors and everything that's stored in his barn.
Yeah, well, that's all. How much? So, 2 of those is $4,500, give or take.
Yeah,
and then the batteries are what, $1,200 a piece. So 8 of those. So you're looking at like 10, 14 grand
more, because that basically, so 8 times. Yeah, I'm looking at 20 grand to have 2 of them to get 240.
Well, 2 of
then
those.
Then there's going to be I got to get another 10 solar panels, so I have 10 feeding each one of them all the time. To start with, I'll probably go up to more like 40 100-watt solar panels, 20 for each one, for feeding them and the batteries.
So
I
start out
will
with
never, ever, ever run out of power unless it's snowing for 7 days straight, 4 inches a day.
yeah, and your generator ran out of gas. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, start out with
Well,
a freeze dryer.
my generator has a 100-pound propane tank for it.
There you go. That's what we want for the house when we build it. I want a dual fuel diesel propane Generac, for the house just in case. And my wife's like, well, why the diesel? I was like, because he uses off-road diesel. So does the tractor. So I can keep a 250-gallon tank out there hooked up to the generator all the time. And then I can pump it out as needed for the tractor and then top it back off and keep the fuel kind of freshened up all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After today, the Generac went to the top of the list over the freeze dryer. So the neighbors 2 houses over, their house, they had a house fire this morning. Something small. I saw no flames. I walked down there. 4 fire trucks, a sheriff, and an ambulance. They didn't need any ambulance care. So I walked back down here. Didn't see any flames, so I don't know what's going on. Haven't talked
garage
to them.
or basement, yeah.
And well, it's a trailer, no basement. But Consumers Energy had to shut off our power for a period today. I'm assuming to shut off the electric to their home until everything is taken care of. Thankfully, they have another house there that they can live in, and so they're fine. But their house, the 3 houses on this side of the road which stops right before us, all are on the same power line. Our well is on that power line, so I had power to the house, but no power to the well.
You have 2 electric meters? Well, you're in a trailer.
No, I'm in a house. I'm staying at a family's house. Our family owns the next 3 houses, skips 2, and then owns the next 2. So the my dad just owned this whole 80.
The well
because they were,
yeah.
But because they were built at different times and 50 years apart, they're on different lines. They're not even on the same line. Like, we're on the line that runs across the road, not on the line that runs this road.
Right.
So, like, when the power goes out, they lose power to the west of us and they lose power to the east of us, but we still have power. And then another time, we have lost power and all of them had power. So we're on different lines.
Yeah.
So you either have electric and no water, or water and no electric.
Exactly. Exactly. So
I would rather have water and no electric because I got plenty of candles, oil lamps, and LED lanterns.
Well, the power outage was only
can't run your refrigerator on a candle, but anyway.
So they sent us a message. The power outage was only supposed to be for like 2 to 3 hours today. Okay, not a big deal, right? I don't need water for 3 hours. I mean, it's the middle of the day. So when it came back on, though, we didn't have power in the well for some reason. But my nephew just came home. He went over there, and in 5 minutes, he had it going. So, but if we'd had a Generac, we'd have had power to all 3 of the homes and the well here, and we wouldn't need to worry about what the electric company's doing.
All right, Mark, here you go. This gives you an example. So this has the Mega 5 with a battery and 6 240-watt panels. So that
ain't bad.
That's I want to get it right.
Well, 1450. It's like 1500 watts. Yeah.
Yeah. At peak time.
Right.
Two of those, so I can do the 420.
And that's
240.
$4,800, basically $5,000 for that setup.
Double it, and that missing 325 for both sets would pay for the connector thing.
Right. Plus, you want extra batteries, so.
Yeah, and then I'd start adding batteries every chance I get. But
right,
yeah, that there.
$10,000. Yeah, I think I go for the $1,600 worth of freeze dryer. to start because you don't need refrigeration once the food is freeze dried. You don't need anything.
Yeah, and canned if it's totally canned.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But so this is something that we want to be able to have, so that if the power goes out, we still have total power for the house. Once we get the electric water heater replaced, the electric dryer, and the electric range replaced, that's also something on my list.
With propane.
And then no, it's natural gas.
Or natural gas. Okay.
Once we have that done, then the only thing I have that requires 240 is out in the shop. That's the welder and the one air compressor.
Yep.
And I just won't be if unless I have a project where I got to weld, I'm probably not going to be welding. Not worry about it.
Unless that project dictates you need to weld to get your power back on or something emergency wise, that's about the only reason why you need to fire a 240 welder up and pick up a 120 volt Hobart welder, the little one. Yeah. The little MIG welder that you can just plug into a 15 amp.
My son has the Lincoln 120 volt wire feed.
That's my my next investment is that either the Hobart or the other one.
I have the little Lincoln like you were talking about. I have the little Lincoln, and it will plug into a generator that I have. I have 3 generators. Like it wasn't for lack of a generator. I personally own 3 generators.
Yeah, I have 2 of the 2,700 watt ones. One lives at the cabin. I just had to rebuild the carb on it or take it apart and clean it. I have a brand new one because I bought 2 at once. They were on sale. That one's never been fired up. That's in my basement here, and I got a 7,500 Coleman out in my shed, which hasn't been fired up in about 14 years. So I think it's time, as soon as spring hits, to drain the fuel out, take the carb out, clean it all up, load it back up, fire it up, and make sure it runs, because that has a 240 plug on it. I ran my buddy's farm for 3 weeks during one of the hurricanes back in the early 2000s in Maryland. I forget which one it was, but it wiped out a lot of stuff. And he borrowed my generator, ran his whole farm on that thing. His heat pump, his well, everything ran off of that thing.
You're going to need to change the fuel filter, and you're going to need to change the gas line.
Oh, yeah. I have to change it all. Yeah. I mean, it's got a 2.5 gallon tank on top. It's a big tank. Mm-hmm. And, I'm going to have to clean it all out, take it apart, clean it, put it back together again. I already modified the plug on it because it had one style plug. And yes, I made myself a suicide plug because it matched up to one of my plugs in the house for a 50 amp breaker I put in. So I could plug it into that, fire it up, shut the main off, and turn on the 50 amp and then turn on whatever else I need to fire up, and probably run my house no problem with it. Just it's a little noisy and I'll have to sit in the driveway. So as long as nobody steals it in the middle of the night, we're good.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, on top of the 3, those 3, I have a Jackery. So
that's what I got. You got the little one, right? I think you got the
same
same
one.
I
have a 240. I love my 240. My nephew and his wife just bought was it 480 or 500? They bought one a couple sizes up. It is so light and
I love mine. Mine runs the cabin. I mean, I run a mini fridge, the light, and I'll charge my phones and stuff. And it's I think it's the 1,000. I paid.
Yeah, they got one they can run a coffee maker on. We got to make sure we got the priorities.
Oh, I don't need that. I got a propane stove and a pot, which that's how I make my coffee. Heat the water up, throw it in my French press. I got coffee.
We tech camp in the UP where there is nothing. Nothing.
All right, so you bring the Keurig with you and you're good. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So Penny came in on your side there, Tammy.
Hey, Penny.
Hi, Penny. Thank you.
Now, one of the dream attachments I'm going to be getting this spring, I mentioned it before in one of the other lives, is I'm getting the quick adapter to turn my front my loader bucket of my Coyote into a quick change system.
Do you have the added hydraulics for the front with the buttons?
No, I don't have that added hydraulics for other things on it, but one of the things that I can get to put to bolt onto my current bucket is 12 volt. Has 12 volt actuators, and it has two of the clamps of the grapplers. So I can grapple one down, and I can grapple the other one down, and it's 12 volt control. And just run the cord runs up on the next to the lever
battery
control, so I can just go button and So
I had to get the hydraulics for the front added to mine. Glad I did, because then I bought the grapple. It just clips right in, and it's got the stick for the up down and tip the bucket, and then I got two buttons for close and open on the stick. So they had to run that separate. And that was a little add-on price there, but I'm glad I did it.
Yeah. But yeah, that's why when I was talking about, I still got that out there. Hang on. Like for the Bobcat here, the Bobcat doesn't have the two. It has 4 connections. 2 of them are high speed, low pressure.
High flow, yeah.
High flow, low pressure. The other one is high pressure, low flow.
Right.
So you can, the high pressure, low flow is for the auger.
Oh,
right. The auger, and if you want to get like the brush hog attachment for the front and stuff like that, you had to run
the brush hog attachment and the broom. In fact, that's high speed or high flow, low pressure.
Ah, gotcha. Okay.
Because what you wait until that brush hog's going full tilt, then you go. The rotavator will run on either one, but it prefers the low pressure. No, it prefers the low
flow, high pressure.
Low flow, high pressure, so it doesn't get bogged up if you get into the mud. But like I said, if we can get the electric done here, then we will get the even the whole house isn't on it. If we have set up, so out in the shop, I have the backup battery system or a couple of plugs out there that I can plug the freeze dryer in out there. We'll do the freeze drying out there, no problem. But trying to wire the house, it would be, I could do it. Break off some of the plugs in the kitchen, hook them up to that, but it's just easier the shop is set up easier for adding more circuits and stuff out there, and run those circuits off of a solar system. Keep freezing here, and that will work good for Then we'll have like 1 or 2 freeze dryers, and I guarantee you, if we get freeze dryers, we're going to be picking up food from all the local farmers we can, and just freeze drying everything we can until we have 5, 6, 7 years worth of freeze dried food in stock, plus all the canned food. We'll can some of it too, so that it's like, everything's going to crap. Okay, we're just going to save our money and keep our heads low and live a couple years off of our food supplies and expand the garden.
That's where, as the canned goods get near whatever you deem their best use by date is.
Oh, they'll get used anyways, no matter what.
If they're low fat, if they're lower fat, dump it on a tray and throw it in a freeze dryer. I do that all the time with my wife's, all her Spanish beans and stuff she makes or we make. And it's like, this one's got 3 years on it. They still taste good. You know what? I just throw them on a tray, freeze dry it, put it in a pouch, add back. I just weigh what was before and after, know how much water to put in there. And she's taking a couple bags to work. She's like, this is so cool. I can just take these beans that don't weigh anything, and I just put in hot water until it's a consistency I like, and it's my beans. I was like, yep, there you go. You're muted there, Tammy.
I was looking at backpack meals today. I'm getting the itch to go hiking again.
Cool. Yeah, let's see. There's a lot of cool gear out there and stuff that I've been seeing things for. Some I'm looking at it. All right. If you are planning on doing building an off-grid cabin or a second house on your property, whatever, DeWalt has something really cool. Let me see if I can bring it up here real quick. DEWA. I just saw it today, and I looked up on. There it is. Boom. Okay, so let's look at the one here. The cheapest one is on Amazon. So we're going to look at the one on Amazon since it's cheaper than Lowe's and Home Depot. It's only 5 cents cheaper than Home Depot. But with this unit here, you hook it up to the an impact to it, and it runs it. And so that's got not that particular attachment on it. Using that attachment there, it has a blade that's shaped like this that comes to it, and it cuts your PVC, your PEX, your ABS sewer pipe up to 2 inches. And so rather than using the hand ratchet, trying to cut through the 1.25 inch or the 2-inch stuff, right through it.
I just use a hacksaw. That's what I use.
Yeah, but if you're in certain areas, this would come in handy, especially if you're like if I'm modifying this house, when I go to modify some stuff on it with replace the old ancient plastic water pipes with the new PEX stuff. It's easy. I just go in there and just zip, and done. And it's cut, put the new pieces in. And as I go by in sections, I'll just cut and do sections at a time, so the whole house isn't down for a week or so while I'm doing it. I can just spend several hours in it, change out the kitchen sink, and the wash and the dishwasher. Then go and do one bathroom, or do half the bath. Do the shower, working on the shower, get the shower done. Then get the sink and the toilet done. But this thing here is something that's looks really neat. There's a real good video on it on the reels, but I'm not sure. I don't want to try playing that just in case. The platform goes, oh,
On that same note, one of my things is one of those electric or rechargeable chainsaws.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, the older I get, the less I want to be a chainsaw.
Yeah.
And so those smaller, lighter weight ones, I think would be perfect. And I don't do great big logs in my wood stove anyway, because it doesn't do these kinds of rounds anymore. My wood stove is only going to do these kinds of rounds anyway.
I went and got the Ryobi 18-volt chainsaw. They've gone to the shorter blade on it. I think it's a 10-inch or 8-inch blade.
But
the bar.
But you can change out the bar, can't you?
You can change out the bar.
You don't want to on a battery powered one. You don't want to put a longer one on there. You'll burn it out.
However,
in a minute.
They still had 2 of the 12-inch bars, ones with the bars on it, and the whole pack and everything on it. And they were marked down because they were Home Depot was clearing them out because I guess Ryobi decided we're not going to do that anymore. And so I got one. Oh, I just love that thing. It's so neat and stuff. And when the guys were cutting down the trees and one of the branches dug into the ground, they cut everything else. They couldn't do it. I had it on the back of my tractor, pulled it off, chucked the piece in the remaining piece into the tractor. And when I came back after that, I just used the bucket and flipped the piece that was in the ground out of the ground.
That's probably my next one is to get the because I got all the Craftsman 20-volt max stuff, and that's my next one is maybe their electric because I got two gas chainsaws, and they're loud, But tomorrow we'll be running both of them. My buddy's sister had 3 trees come down, plus there was already one down. And he's like, yeah, we got it because he needs firewood. So he's like, we'll do it. She's like, what do you want for it? He's like, I want the wood. She's like, okay, we'll buy you lunch. Great, no problem. Mark will be here.
All right. This I have a wish list for my son. So because he has the Craftsman 20 volt stuff. And so here's the 2-pack. Its price has dropped 34% since I added it to the wish list. So it's $99 for 2 of the Craftsman 4 amp hour batteries.
Yeah, that's what I got, a lot of those.
But this,
yeah, that's too small for me. That's for limbs, little limbs, like up to 2 inches, maybe 3. But it says 4. Good luck with that.
Yeah. So yeah, it's up to let's see. Come on.
I think there's another chainsaw. Isn't there another chainsaw they have? Electric one, or is that the only one? If that's the only one, then...
I don't know. This is the yard trimmer. This is to go around doing trim work in the yard and stuff. And but yeah, it's for doing some, small stuff. It's got the chainsaw blade. And it's got the jaw there to hold it in place and keep tension on it so it doesn't kick out and stuff on you. So that's kind of cool. But let me look for something here. Just see. It's called a cordless lopper, but I'm going to put this up here and see cordless BH.
You're missing the letter C, but that's all right.
Yeah. Chainsaw, SAW, C.
This is too small for me.
Yeah, there it is.
There it is. Yeah, it's a 12. This is wait a minute. This isn't Craftsman. This is the knockoff because this is 18 volt battery.
Yeah. I think what was on top? What was up on top? The first one.
It's not. It's a gas one.
It's a gas. No, wait. No, it's not a gas. No, it's not.
That's the one. That's the one I'm looking at. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a gas one, but it's not. It's got the battery in the back and the gear. It's got gear ratio on it. It's got an oil tank on it too for the chain.
Yeah, that's the 20.
And that's a 12-inch.
12-inch.
It's funny.
Yeah, I want something like that.
Yeah, I have an electric plug-in chainsaw. We had 2 of them. My dad had one. He gave me one for doing ice carvings when I was doing that, and it had a 12-inch blade on it or bar. So I went down. You can't find the 12-inch bars anymore. They're stupid money. So I went to Lowe's. I was like, she asked what I had, and I was just like 12-inch Craftsman, blah, blah, blah model. She's like, I'm like, well, hell, I'll just throw a 14 on there. You can't put a 14 on there. I was like, sweetie, you have no idea. This thing has more power back in the day than they're rated for. And I bought the 14. I'm like, that's great. I went and bought a 16. 16 works fine. I took down a 30-inch diameter willow tree with a 12-inch Craftsman electric saw, and the oiler didn't work. The diaphragm was blown out years ago because I used it for ice carvings. Didn't need it. So about every 5 minutes, I just spray WD-40 all over the chain when it started to heat up and stretch a little bit. I'd spray it down. Oh, I took that whole tree down. Neighbors didn't even know it because it was nice and quiet.
Yeah. So this is the one I have. Only I got a 12-inch instead of a 10-inch. 18 volt. Yeah.
There's Gil bragging about size again. Yeah, whatever.
Happy Mac just came in on your side there, Tammy.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah, and that's the thing is with the electric chainsaws and tools and everything else, it's like what Gunslinger made for his van. 600 amp hour battery, 300 watt inverter. and you use that with a 240 amp or 260 amp, whatever, panel, and all you're doing is charging your batteries. They can easily handle it, charging the batteries all day long. And Tip Top Farm just came in too.
That's my buddy used to laugh at me when I was first building the cabin. I didn't have the generator, but I had the Jackery. So I got the Jackery hooked up to its little solar panels, and it's like 100 watts. And I got my Craftsman charger plugged into the AC to charge DC batteries again. So it was like I went from DC to AC back to DC. Yeah, talk about a waste of power. But you know what? It got the cabin built. I don't care. Then I bought a generator and just fired that up with a bunch of extended cords.
You lost so much every conversion.
You have no idea. I
It's no wonder you would charge anything.
Oh yeah, that amp draw just like went to the charge on that thing went to 0 in like an hour. All for 220-volt batteries. I'm like, okay. Time for a generator.
You have no idea though. That Jackery comes in handy. My son took my box charger. I'm like, ah. So I went and got the Jackery because I had a USB plug I could plug straight into. Charge my phone in a couple of minutes. Took hardly anything off the Jackery to do that.
Yeah, that's most of what mine does. Just charges my iPads and phones, and maybe runs the ceiling fan in the wintertime or in the summer when it's hot, which only draws 60 watts. Yeah. When the fan's on low, it hardly draws anything. That thing will run 2 days just running the ceiling fan.
I take mine when I get camping, and I have one of those little tiny night lights that the energy company gave us that is like, it's like 0.5 pennies a day to use this, so you're supposed to replace all yours with theirs. And so I have now 5 of those. They send them home with every school kid, like I think in 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade, they send those home. And I use that in my tent so then I can see in my tent at night, for lack of a better term, a night light, because I have to be able to, I'm the camp nurse. So I have to be able to see if like somebody comes in or knocks on my tent. I have to be able to like see and be like awake right away. So I use that for my.
What does knocking on a tent sound like? Sorry. Had to go there. Sorry. Knocks on my tent.
Well, they do though,
Fingernails and growling. Yeah, that'll wake you up.
Yeah. Yeah, that too. I've had that. We have a raccoon of enormous size, ROTS. It ate a 5-pound peanut butter jar, including the metal bottom, everything but about half of the plastic lid.
Jeez.
5 pounds of peanut butter, the metal bottom.
Laying on his back next to the picnic table in the morning, just going, that was good.
No, what you're going to do is you're going to hear him out the next night, out in the woods, for the next 2 nights going, oh, I can't go. I'm plugged up.
He ate the aluminum foil out because it's the big one that's like that big. He ate our whole week's supply of peanut butter for the camp. And I'm like, dude, you're already fat. Like, we see this thing walking around. It's already fat.
Okay, so it's I'm kind of figuring out you're charging it off the alternator then.
Yeah.
Driving, I guess. Never have to charge. Yeah.
I don't have the solar panel for my Jackery either. I just run, and I don't have the wall plug for it anymore. I just run it in my car. So when I need to charge it, I just put it in the car when I'm going to town. And by the time I'm home, after I've run my errands and got my groceries, it's all charged again.
Yeah, I do that. I'll throw it if I have to run errands when I'm at the cabin. I just throw the Jackery on the floor of the Ranger and plug it into the cigarette lighter, and I'll for an hour or two's worth of being in the car. Yeah, I'll get like 50% out of it. If it's at 20, I'll get it up to 70.
Yeah.
But Yeah, whatever works. I just don't want to run the battery dead in the Ranger because I'm at the bottom of a hill and I can't exactly push start it. And I don't feel like getting a tractor to drag my sorry ass out.
Yeah. So, Tammy, you said your Jackery is a 240 watt.
Yes.
All right. Well, this is the Opus 240 watt with a okay. I guess it's looking at the panel there. I think is trying to see what it says.
Probably 100 watt.
I did not pay
No,
anywhere near that
240 watt panel. 240 watt panel, 2,400 watt inverter on it.
That's a way bigger inverter.
Yeah, a whole lot bigger. That's why it's $1,200. What'd you pay for yours? Like 400?
I paid 300, but I actually paid nothing. I paid zero for it.
That works. Zero's good. Free is
my sister gave me a gift card. She's like, I don't know. I don't use Amazon. Somebody gave me this $50 gift card. Do you want it? Yeah, I want it. So she gave me the gift card, and then I do fetch with my shopping receipts. So I saved all of my gift cards from that and put it with the $50 gift card. And that's how I bought it. I think I bought it 5 years ago.
So, all right. So this is a 600 watt one for 30-something. 600 watt one with the panels on it again.
Yeah, they've really come down in price since I bought mine.
Yeah.
The Jackery is a lot cheaper since I bought mine.
Yeah.
Well, I think the Jackery's at Home Depot now or Lowe's, one of the two. I think it's Lowe's. They said they sell the small ones, not the big ones, and no solar panels. You can just buy them. I'm just like, yeah, okay. I don't need another one. My next one will be a big one. But the one I got, I mean, the thing's 4 years old and just runs fine. I don't care.
Yeah.
The thinking about the solar powered stuff and everything else. When I first got my first one, it was the Gold Zero 150 watt little tower one, round tower one. I forget what it was called. I had two of those, and they barely kept my CPAP going overnight.
Yeah. The 240 one.
I was having to charge it up every friggin' day over at the nurse's station. And after 2 years of that, I went and got the 400, which worked better. But if the 400 by myself would last me 3 days, and then I had to have it over there all day charging up. My
Jackery, I use it every day in the summer. Every day in the summer. Various days here in the winter at home. I've had no issues with it in 5 years. And the one time I lost the power cord to it, I called the company and I'm like, I can't find how to find one I can order. What do I need to order on Amazon to get a replacement? And they're like, where did you buy it? And I said, I bought it on Amazon. I gave them my name and they looked me up and they said, oh, I am so sorry. We did not call you back before 3 o'clock. We can't get it to you today, but we'll overnight it and it'll be there by 5 o'clock tomorrow.
It's like, well, how much?
I'm like,
nothing. It's free.
Yeah. And I said, how much do I owe you? And they're like, oh, no, you don't owe us anything. I'm like, so they have won me over. I will never probably buy a different, unless somebody can prove that they have as good a customer service as Jackery.
Yeah, that's what I got. Yeah.
Yes.
Jackery Explorer 1000. Yeah, whatever it is.
Yeah. Something to consider with that on it is like he's got the extra he built his one with a 600 amp hour battery as opposed to the 46 amp hour battery. Granny Karen just came in on your side.
Hi, Granny Karen. She's awesome.
Let me go grab it here.
I'm gonna go grab my Jackery now. I forget which one it is.
I bought these when they were on super sale, and so this thing here is a 640 watt hour battery. Mm-hmm. I mean, hang on, Pinky.
Ooh.
lithium iron. And I went and bought a wall charger for it. You also hook this up to charge, and they also have the charger that you can plug in, the way to plug in off, charge controller to plug it off your car. So if you're not charging your Jackery all the time, you get something like this, and this has like I'm trying to do the math here. 12 times, 13 times the watt hours on it. And so you have that in the car or whatever. If you're out camping or whatever, every time you drive around, you can charge this up, or just have it. If there's power someplace there, you walk over and plug it in there at the camp, at office, whatever, and get it charged up. Then you got several full days, several days, maybe a week, and you just plug your Jackery into, get the cigarette lighter attachment for this, so you can plug your Jackery into the cigarette lighter off of this, and then you got something, And these were like, trying to remember how much I paid for them.
Yeah, I want to get the solar panels, which I haven't decided which ones. I'm looking at Renology, and some of those batteries for the cabin eventually.
Yeah, I went to
I want to get the RV hookup because it comes with the alternator inverter.
Okay.
I did the Harbor Freight thing. I picked up their solar panel kit. It was under $200. The 4 panels and all that stuff. I love it because it runs. I built a homemade power station out there right now. I got the inverter's bigger than what I need. I think I got to downsize it. But the panels, those things, even on a cloudy day, they're still throwing power out. They'll throw power out inside under a fluorescent light. They got the monocrystalline, the glass ones. Yeah. I was like, oh my God, these things are like basically charge themselves. I just put a light bulb in front of it, running off the power supply, and it'll just keep itself charged.
All right. This is Brand. This is Rich Solar. I just lost his name. Reed from Manifestations of Imaginations. Mm-hmm. He's one that turned me on to these, and he's buying these now instead of the Renology.
Can you send me the link to that later?
I'll send you the link to this. When I put it in there, it was $79. Mm-hmm. That's been
wait till the tariffs kick in. Whoops.
That's been a couple years since I put it in there. But they got all these different ones. They got the slim one, they got the black, they got they got all the different ones. They got the 200-watt panels, they got the 250-watt panel, they got the 150-watt panels, and they got them in different shapes and stuff and packages. So I'll send this to you. But what's neat about this is, let me see if I can go back over here. Did I have I don't have it on here. No, I don't have it saved. I got it saved elsewhere. Let me go back to see if I can find where I got it saved elsewhere here. Okay. Amazon has some great charge controllers. Mm-hmm. And so you can have that to charge up a battery and just, and if you're taking your car pickup there, you just tie it on the top when you're sitting there, not going anywhere, and it charges up your car battery, and you can charge everything up and run everything off of it. Let me get down in here. Solar. There we go. And also to those batteries, those are big monsters. No, we don't want the big monster charge controllers. Wall units for charging the batteries off the wall units. Getting down here. I got a lot of stuff under solar. I'm going to start breaking this out into 2 sub ones here. So, all right. Oh, dang. The charge controller I had saved here. Here's one. All right, here we go. Renology 10 amp charge controller, $19.
That's not bad. I could do that out of,
Yeah. And all right, let me bring it up here. So this is it right here. I last purchased one in 2023 for my set I was doing there.
Oh, it's just like the Harbor Freight one, which they're probably the same because Harbor Freight, China just they rename everything.
I've seen this style here with different names on. Everything looks absolutely identical, and it has the Cat 5 cable hookup, so you can run a controller on it. It also has a 5 amp, a 5 volt, 2 amp USB chargers on it as well.
Right.
Yeah, I've not been able to find those at Harbor Freight when I've been there. When I first started looking, they were in the solar. They have taken out the whole solar section out of our local Harbor Freight.
Did you ask them about it?
Is it still under? Are they still doing?
Mark, let me explain something about our Harbor Freight. When I go in there, I'm a woman, and that's all I'm going to say on the subject. So they probably won't get a lot of business from me because I don't appreciate being treated like less than a regular customer. And when I go in there, they are not friendly. They're not helpful. I went in, I said, I need a stainless steel saw blade. I need it this big. Do you have anything? And they're like, maybe an aisle 4. So I go to aisle 4. They don't have it. I look around. I go back and I'm like, oh, they weren't in aisle 4. Well, then I guess we don't have them.
Can you look at you? That's when you say, can you look up on the computer? And if he doesn't, say, I need to speak to the manager.
It's not really worth it because the manager and the other 3 employees were standing there talking to him the whole time I was. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
Their customer service is less than stellar.
Well,
so
their pay scale for all their employees is also less than stellar. So they get what they pay for. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Oh, I put the Harbor Freight app on my phone. I just dial in the store and it'll tell me if it's in stock or not.
I was so excited when they came to town. I was so excited when we got one. And every time I've been in there, I have been less than I walked out with nothing. So that tells you something.
Hang on. And Rebel Canners, Solaris. I put both links in there for you, Tammy. Just sent it to you.
Thank you. Yeah, the one day my son had got his student loan money back and we were going to buy him, he's in a welding program, so we were going to buy him a welder with his money. And we had cash to buy any welder in there. And I couldn't get anybody to talk to me about the welders. And the one guy I finally flagged down, he's like, I don't know anything about them.
They don't. Where, at Harbor Freight?
Yeah.
No, they really don't. They truly, they're not educated on the equipment. It's a capability, stuff like that. They're not paid enough to care, and Harbor Freight doesn't train them to care. We sell it, you want it, there it is. Have a nice day. Would you like to buy the warranty on it? Yeah, that's all you get.
Get your own cart and load it up yourself and struggle with it off the shelf that's above your head.
The Harbor Freight up here in Idaho Falls is hands and shoulders and above the one down in Pocatello. The one up in Idaho Falls, I would say a third of the staff is female up there.
See,
and they are top notch.
Yeah,
all the guys are trying to be better than the girls, and they can't.
I have four Harbor Freights within 25 miles of my house, and one of them locals, pretty much the one I go to. There's another one where I work, so I go in there. I've been in there once. Actually, there's two. I've been in one of them, not the other, because I knew exactly what I needed. I just went in and picked it out and paid for it and left. And then there's one the next town down, which I've been into once just to walk around, see what they got. And they all have the same stuff. And the one closest to me, there's two women working there. The store manager is female. And she's extremely helpful. I just walk up, I'm like, hey, and I show her the picture on the app. I was like, it says you have 2 in stock, but do you have any? She's like, oh, yeah, hold on a second. She pulls out the main computer. She's like, we have one, it's the 4 unit, and the other one's damaged. I was like, okay, that's fine. Appreciate that. So I was like, can I buy the 4 model? She's like, nope, because it's still a stock item. We can't sell it. So, like, well, let me know when they come in.
Yeah. Like Gunslinger says, you can find the stuff online. You can just order it and send it to the store.
I actually didn't buy one, and then he wound up buying a car instead. So
Yeah, well.
Yeah. All right. Gunslinger also says if you're running a Jackery, it has a built-in charge controller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some of them, depending on their solar input, some will have an input for the MP4 connectors. Some will have the
mine has a connector that I can't get anywhere for the solar panels. I don't even know the name, and I'd have to call them on the phone and be like, look, this is the model I got. This is what the plugs look like. I can't find these plugs anywhere because I'd like to add a few more panels to it or use these panels on something else. But of course, I'm out of warranty, so it really doesn't matter. But I guess I'd have to buy their plugs or cut all the plug connectors off and make an adapter for the Jackery itself to go into one of the standard ones. And I forget the name. There's like 3 or 4 standard.
MP4 is the biggest standard one.
Yeah, I was gonna say it can't be standard if there's like 4 different ones. So whichever one is eventually like the phones.
Well, all the panels I ever bought here have the hang on here. Those are MP4 connectors on the bottom.
Okay, yeah, like my the Harbor Freight ones have the I call them the automotive. It's got the male female. It's like a miniature trailer plug. It's got one male, one female, and they're it depends on which part of the plug it's on, which one is polarized to that side. And I don't like. That's the only thing I don't like about the Harbor Freight stuff. But I can upgrade those if I find all the right connectors. I'm like, okay, we're good. Because I have a whole nother setup of the solar panels in the box, brand new, sitting at the cabin. I got 4 panels up right now, and they just keep the battery charged. I want to add the other 4 panels on a flip out bracket and put another battery in my my homemade custom. Here you go, the baby. He's a baby, and it works. You're muted, but that's all right.
It just has the 2 USB, the
Out.
12 volt, and one plug-in.
And then the input for the for your charger. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's all I need. That's all I need. It does everything I need. Except it won't run a coffee pot.
It won't run a coffee pot.
Just came in. All right.
Raccoon. I like our
remember the type because Ben was talking about some of the new ones. There's still even some of the new ones are coming out. The companies are going throwback to the old ham radio type power adapters for plugging stuff in, and I'm just trying to think. I can't remember the name. It's like white plastic. And it's narrow, and the top of it has like a house type on it, and it plugs there, so you can't reverse the things by accident. And I have it on all my ham radio stuff, but it's been years since I put it on all my ham radio stuff, like 15 years. But and he was showing that some of these are coming out with these now. Why they're coming out with these instead of going with the MP4, like just about all the solar panels you go and buy separately, whether it's from Renology or Rich Solar or any of the others, or the off-brand ones, they all have the MP4 on them.
Yeah, I have to pick up a bunch of those and start changing mine out, and I've got to make an adapter for my Jackery because it takes its own weird wackadoodle red-black square-looking thing, and nobody has it. I've looked it up everywhere. Can't find it.
No, you have to call the company and tell them you lost it, and they'll send you a new one if you have bought from them.
Yeah, no, it's proprietary. I mean, I have all the parts and pieces for the solar panels with the with the twin connector or single connector, whatever I want to use. It's all in the zipper pouch. And but I want to. It's like, okay, I'm going to use that to just make an adapter. Cut one of them off, make an adapter into the other style, so I can plug in anything I want or whatever. I don't know. I haven't. It's not high on my priority list of things I got to do. Everything I have works fine the way it is. If I'm in a desperate move, if I needed to do something different, I'll figure it out. If I got to shove the copper lead into the hole itself and just put some duct tape over it to hold it there, yeah, I could do that. Not that I would, but if push came to shove and I needed to, I'll cut up whatever the hell I need to cut up to make it work.
All right. Hang on. Okay, I'm going to pull this up here. Is that what it looks like for your Jackery?
No. That for the input for the solar. Now for the 12 volt, it sort of looks like the one on the right there. The round button. That's for the regular chart here. I'll put my camera back on.
Yeah. Yeah, the one that I'm highlighting there on the right, that's the Jackery side. That's the MP4 adapter.
No, that's not mine. See the red black?
Oh, power pole. That's a power pole adapter.
Sure. Pull it up. Let me see.
He will.
I know he will. It pisses me off when I'm like, nothing for this.
Power pole connectors.
Yeah, but it's like a single plug.
Yeah, trying to find a single plug one here, but see, these are the different type of power pole adapters here, and
yeah, there it is on the bottom. Yeah, that one, the red black there. Yeah.
Yes, that's what it looks like.
Yeah, and so what you do is, let's go back. You just get one of these other ones here, and you do your and you have the crimper and everything for it, and you can make your own cords from these. From any of these kits.
Now, obviously, with solar, you don't want to make your cables too long because you have a massive voltage drop over distance.
Yeah.
But that's why. Hang on here. Power pole connector. Hang on. To MP4. Oh, there's close. The Anderson power pole connector there. There's your thing to cigarette lighter.
That's basically what I have for my car adapter. Yeah.
Okay, and let me see if it has the. And there's just going to a lug sync system. There's going to the 8mm plug adapter.
Actually, the lug one would be good for putting directly on a battery.
Yeah.
Because I think there's diodes built into the panels themselves, so it doesn't backfeed.
This white piece down here is the piece I was talking about. I have on my ham radio, and I have this. This is the type of adapter I have for a bunch of my ham radio type stuff. But I'm trying to find. Well, that's the PP45 adapter here, the gray one here.
What's my style plug called again?
MP4. Let me do MP4 solar. SOL. See if it'll bring it up. There we go, right there. Boom.
Oh wow! Okay.
There it is, right there, and $10. Oh, so wait a minute. Wait a minute. There's a 5% coupon as well.
Whatever. So mine's an Anderson connector. Is that what mine is? Is the Anderson connector?
Anderson power pole.
Anderson power pole. Let me write that down.
Yeah.
Because I'll forget because I'm a guy.
Well, send him the link to this one.
Yeah, send it to my email. Don't post it here. Send it to my email.
Yeah, hang on a second here. Come on. Give me there we go. I'm going to verify that this works right. This is why I just kind of do it to make sure it works right. Yeah, all right, that works. I will send that that link.
All right. Appreciate that.
That's it. We got to get Gil his Amazon affiliate because as much as he throws out links, he'd be a millionaire.
or a thousandaire anyway.
Or a thousandaire.
Yeah. Chef.
Can I just send you my affiliate link and you just send everybody everything from with my affiliates on it?
Let's see.
I don't make anything. I actually at the moment my account is going nowhere and it's just being held because they haven't been able to put it in my bank account. But so I'm not really.
So if I use like say your affiliate link, is that only for specific things or is that for anything I buy on Amazon?
Anything you buy 24 hours after you go in under my affiliate link.
No, I didn't know that. I don't have. My wife has the Amazon account, and she's got Prime. But if she goes in through your link, I don't. See, that's the thing. I know if I go in on my phone and just look at something, and then she looks up the same thing. Sometimes the prices are different.
Yeah.
For the same exact item from the same exact seller, it's how the metrics work there. So it's a matter of okay, I went to Tammy's link. It's $10 more, or 10% more, but I saved 10%. Or not, you know, it's a crapshoot. On Amazon has their own things they do to screw people.
My affiliate link is posted under every video 24 hours after the video comes out or less.
Yeah, the reason I know about the Anderson power poles and the other one, the reason I know about the Anderson power poles and stuff, I have a power supply that for outputs has several Anderson power pole sections. Several of that other funky little one, several just lug terminals on there, and several cigarette lighter adapters. And so I plug that in. I can hook everything up to it, charge up all the batteries on my handy talkies and everything else. And it's one of those things that's just working with Jim Brunk, a friend of mine. He was what ran me through all the stuff. And he'd come over and help Chris and I set up our radios and stuff and everything else on it. And I got probably one of those boxes that has like 20 of those systems in it sitting there. Just okay, I got extra pieces for when I do stuff. But yeah. So if you're thinking about getting into ham radio, and you buy one of those Anderson power pole kit connectors.
Yeah, I might
stuff.
If I get the kit with all the ones I can put on there, I can swap out all the plugs on my Harbor Freight stuff, put the Anderson connectors on it, and then I can plug the Anderson. I can put a double jumper on my Stanley tote with all my electronics in it. I can put a plug on there to power up to charge my Jackery off the solar panels instead of running the two panels they gave me. They're floppy. You got to keep moving them. Where I have these panels set, and they get power. Like I said, if it's a cloudy day and half the panels blocked by shade, I'm still getting power out of them.
Yeah. And as far as the JP4, dang, losing my mind here. Lost it here. Let's go back. Yeah, the JP4 solar plugs, they come with different size wires to go into them. You can get them when you take 14 gauge, 16 gauge, 12 gauge, 10 gauge, and 8 gauge.
Yeah, I have a whole lot of 10 gauge wire from a certain kit that I can order for no charge. Not going to go there. And I have a lot of those that at my cabin, along with lots of different. I'm not worried about the electrical side of doing anything.
Wow, is that a Jackery?
Oh, shit. All righty. Oh, send me that link too.
I did. This is just different pictures here of it.
Oh, okay.
And, look, all the different ones it hooks up to.
Sweet.
Yeah. Blue Eddy has the Anderson on it. So you got all the different ones here that have the Anderson power pole connectors on it. And yeah.
Cool. Yeah, now I can fire up the other 4 panels and just leave that plug hanging there and charge my jack. Yeah, you don't have that on yours.
Mine only takes this, so it's like a computer plug.
That's the AC. That's for the AC hookup, and yeah, or from the cigarette lighter, which mine has the same thing. But I got the.
This one will do a solar panel, so the solar panel must have a different plug.
Yeah, it probably has a different
adapter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I looked at them, and on their website they didn't have the plug into the wall one, and so I found another one that I found a nice one on Amazon. Bought it. I'd messaged them. I left 2 messages on it, and finally, like several weeks later, after I bought the others, they said, "Oh yeah, we carry those. We just don't have them online yet."
Well, too late. I already bought one from somewhere else.
Yes, exactly.
It came from China, where yours come from.
Yeah,
and they have in stock, and you don't.
Yeah, but yeah, so there's all sorts of things you can do to get all these different ones to work together. And so when what I'm going to be doing, I got it in the kitchen. My Kodiak, 1500 watt.
That's big.
1500 watt power station. I'm going to be hooking it up to those 4 batteries, that 4 of these, and that way I can keep those somewhere else. I have the house charging the Kodiak. Plugged into the Kodiak is going to be my can't remember the brand, standard brand for offices for their uninterrupted power supply under their desks. I got one there, and then if power goes out, then the Kodiak starts running low, then I bring these in, plug these in here, and I'm good for 2 days. So, another one coming in on your side there, Tammy.
Hey, thank you.
This is one of your longest running streams. We're coming up on 2 hours. Wow.
Actually, my longest my longest running non-special one was 4 hours when I had Dustin on it, and I'm trying to remember who else. It was a Thursday night one, and we went into the morning. Finally, everybody goes, "All right, we need to go to work tomorrow."
I was in there for part of it, but only part of it. I turned into a pumpkin late at night.
Yeah, that was a couple years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah. Well, we got good stuff going on, good information passing on, and so for some people, the solar stuff is their dream, their dream gear to get it going, to protect them. Along with that, Ben Gilmore just put out a video yesterday or Thursday on a 12-volt refrigerator unit, chest, like a ice chest, but it's a refrigerator.
Yeah,
that runs on 12 volt and has multiple power inputs for it.
Yes, and they can be refrigerator or freezer, or you can. Some of them are divided, so half or a third, more like a third, is a freezer, and the other 2/3 is a refrigerator, or vice versa. You can set them up. Van City Van Life, he has that, and I follow him. He's tested out 2 different ones and found one that he likes. Where's the portable
sun?
Yeah, Kaylin, if
I want the sun up here right now to warm it up a little more.
I want it back here. Bring it to Michigan. We haven't had it in so many years.
All right, hang on here. Give me a second here. Minute, man.
Yeah, 3,000-mile extension cord.
Yeah, all those Snowbirds used to go to Florida and bring us back sunshine, and apparently they've all retired from that job because we haven't.
Yeah,
really
they went and stayed there. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
This is the new Anchor Solex DC fridge. And so Minuteman Prep, and this is the latest from Minuteman Prep. This is it here. I sound on it for you guys. But we got the ad popping up. Don't want 50 cups of milk. So that's, and he's talking about it has the that's the control panel on it showing it. So he has that good stuff on it. So it's got different inputs and everything here on it. Come on. So it's got, got your different things on it here and stuff. So yeah, this is, if you guys want this video, this is a YouTube video from Minuteman Prep. There's a video if you guys want to watch it. Ben does a lot of stuff. I mean, every time he gets his hand on something new, he tests it. And he actually has the backstage passes for the equivalent of SHOT Show for solar stuff. Yeah. And he goes to that, and he puts videos out when he's there at that place all the time.
Hey Tammy, if I send you a text of a meme I just made just now for you, will it knock you off the stream?
No, as long as I don't click on it, it won't.
All right, well, here it comes.
Oh,
thank you, Mark.
Hang on here.
We're going to be like, I hate you.
All right. I got bring it up here. Here's a meme. My new favorite insult.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
Tammy, you hang me up real quick to stifle that.
I'm streaming my channel. I have to be careful what I say. I'm gonna say what I really want to say.
Yeah. Okay, so this is the other one here.
Yes, there you go. I like the one. It's a picture like a.
The gold is gone. It's loaded with eggs.
I like the one.
That explains why they've been killing off all the chickens.
I like the one. It's like 24 eggs on a towel laying there, all different colors and sizes. It says, "We'll trade for 73 Chevy pickup." Hey Gil, I just sent you the same one I sent to Tammy on your Gray Man prepping email. You can post it, and that way Tammy can look at it and go, "Yep, now I really hate you," because the whole world knows.
That's it. Don't tell Mark any of your secrets. No,
it's not a secret. It's like you say something that makes my imagination go, and it's like, oh, I can make a meme for that.
Oh, I got a t-shirt. I need a meme for a t-shirt. I got a t-shirt idea last night from Patty, the Tinkerer's wife. I've got to go back and I got to do a whack a troll.
Oh,
t-shirt.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. It's up to, I got it saved for Thursday.
Okay. Oh, sorry, Tammy. You have to see it on Thursday, or wait until the stream is over and pull it up on your phone.
All right.
It's only you northern people that are bitching all the time about things, son.
Other dream gear that some people want to talk, listening to them on their live streams and their videos and stuff. Some have electric power for everything, and we really want to get a propane stove.
Yeah. So what are you waiting for?
Well, things are on electricity. They don't have the propane to do it. Well, you don't have to have. If you're going to use the propane stove, if you go ahead and get it now, and hook it up to a tank, that's your emergency stove when the power goes out.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you have it outside under a patio cover, come summertime, that's where you do your canning and cooking. Keep the house cool.
I have my dream stove. That 1930s home comfort wood cook stove is my dream. I'm just trying to find the chimney part that's missing. But that's another story.
Come on, who is a welder in your family? I'm sure he knows people in sheet metal shops that could like make it.
I have a metal fabricator that used to work at a sheet metal shop. I just have to be able to get him the specifications, and that's not easy, but I did find the book. So now that I have the book, I have the specifications again.
Yeah, let's see. What else? What other dream stuff that's probably out that people aren't thinking about? Covered solar, all the different types of propane things you can do. The Mr. Buddy heater is a great specialty gear that people should have, because if the power goes out, you're on natural gas, and you don't have a way to run the electricity to your furnace, you're without heat.
Get the extension cord so you can run it off the 5-pound tank, because you don't want to keep changing those 2 pounds. Just saying.
I got the 30-pound tanks that I run it off of.
I got the 20-foot tube on mine. Unfortunately, my propane tank is right next to the garage door inside right now, but the door is open a little bit because propane sinks and the fan is blowing air out anyway. So
back on the stove thing, though, I don't want a propane stove. I want an Amish propane refrigerator. I have a camper one in my cabin. I want a full-size propane refrigerator.
You can probably find.
They make them. I've seen. They're not that much. They're the same cost as a regular electric one. At the Amish, we have an Amish Hardware, and the Amish Hardware actually has another building with Amish appliances, and I want one. It's on my wish list.
Oh, is that the one that has like a museum where they have a lot of stuff up on the top shelf you can't buy? I think you mentioned that, and I put up their website. No, there was an interview. There was an interview with some news lady went in there. Another one? Okay.
Nope. That's Layman's Hardware in Kidron, Ohio.
That's right. Yep.
They probably do sell them, but then they'd have to ship it to Michigan, where this store has them within a 30-mile radius of my home.
Sweet.
So I can go in, buy one, stick it in the back of my truck, just like you do the regular refrigerator, and
take it home.
Yeah. Let's see.
I should look into that for the cabin instead of the little electric dorm fridge I got there.
Yeah, because if you have a big propane tank, they're more energy efficient than the electric, so it really doesn't take that much propane. So they're actually wind up being cheaper if propane.
And I bet they're not. I bet they're not quote energy efficient. So you got to watch out for the freezer icing up and that. But hey. My grandmother and mother did that. Mine had a frost free until I was in high school.
At most, mine runs for a week, and then I just unplug it and leave the door open, throw a couple towels on the bottom if I got a little bit of ice build up in there, let the towels absorb it, and they'll dry out in the cabin anyway.
Actually, they are. They're very well made, and they're very modern made. They're made. They actually are energy efficient. I don't think they have the self defroster.
Yeah, when I say energy efficient, I'm talking about the frost free and all the other crap they tack onto it, which you don't need. So it's not frost free, but it is very energy efficient, being propane.
Yeah, it's very well insulated too. Like
like the old ones, like the ones my grandma had when I was growing up, that cost less than the modern ones do.
Yeah, the old submarine door refrigerator freezer. Love those things.
Yeah.
Made that distinct thunk when you shut the door. Big handles on it. Love that.
Yeah.
If we're dreaming,
okay, go ahead.
On the same note, before I forget, if we're dreaming big, I want one of those things that goes on the air conditioner so I can make a walk-in cooler room. The Justin Rhodes has it. They have it in their house. They've super insulated a room in their house with 2 thicknesses of the foam.
That was a walk-in.
And then they have this adapter that goes on and it replaces the thermostat on their air conditioner. And they use a regular window air conditioner to make a walk-in cooler.
Cool.
Cool. Excellent.
Yeah.
And those things are not that expensive.
Yeah.
Nah, you can get a 5,000 BTU AC unit for like
No, the little thermostat thing.
the thermostat
is really cheap.
Yeah.
It's the
Because
insulation in the room.
it goes down colder than your standard household.
Yeah, it overrides
thermostat
that so that you can cool it down and you can have it like 40 degrees in there.
Yeah. All right. I saw a video. Guy was showing all these old style refrigerators. And some of the things are real cool. The one, he closed it the one way and has a handle like this. You do it this way and pull on it and it opens that way. You turn it this way and pull on it and it opens that way. Either way. And then there was one he opened it up and all the shelves, metal wire, stainless steel shelves, pulled out on rollers and went back in. Or there was another one where it pivoted out.
Yeah, I've seen that one. That was cool.
He was showing all the different ones. And what I thought was coolest when he showed a couple of them, where is the compressor unit on all refrigerators or residential refrigerators since 1960?
in the bottom.
In the back instead of the top.
In the bottom.
Yeah, it used to be on top.
Up on top. Oh, we need to hide it. Yeah.
No. See, that's the thing. Heat rises, cool drops. Those compressors on top were more efficient because the cool dropped. Hiding them in the back didn't help us.
No.
Yeah, well, you have the back piece too, but the motor itself produces a lot of heat too.
Yeah.
And so the ones where they had everything up on top, and when they had it up on top with the motor going, it actually had a fan blowing through the coils. Yeah. Which they don't have on the modern ones.
Of course, in the summertime, it sucks in your house because you're blowing warm air in there, but you're still blowing warm air even from the new ones that are underneath, except they're warming your refrigerator, which is making the compressor work longer and harder if you want to go there. So, yeah, you're going to get the heat no matter what you do.
Caitlin, get a hose, one of those hose winder things, and set that on top of that tank because they're hollow underneath. She said she wants to get one. I said, and hide it on her porch. You can hide it with that hose cover.
Yeah.
Just put a lawn chair in front of it and throw a piece of, just get some kind of a nylon cover to cover it. Nobody will know it's there.
Hang on here. So this one here. I'm looking something up here.
So you put it in there. As long as it's tall enough to put it in upright.
Okay, so right now, Flame King has the $53 5-pounder has a little gauge on it. The one without the gauge is $50. The 5-pound hauler kit, which has a little bag that the tank fits into, and the hose fits into everything so you got the hose, the tank, and the cover. That's $100. There's one that looks like a ice chest.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh, this has holds 4 1-pound bottles in it. The little bag here, but they got
I like that, a backpack carrier for your propane tank. All right.
Yeah, for your 5 or 10-pound propane tank. So when you're packing it into the campsite and you don't want to, and you can't burn firewood, you can't burn wood because there's no burn policy. You got to use the stove to cook everything on. Yeah, I can see that.
No, that's for me. That's for me. I have one of those. I love it.
I got one
That's
too.
what that's for.
Yep. Yeah. It's the flamethrower backpack.
Yeah. Don't tell Corky. Yeah.
Remember, she's watching.
I don't know if she's still watching or not. Corky, you still here?
Oh, she commented less than 12 minutes ago. So
Yeah. All right.
Although she's probably putting Fred to bed at this time.
Kaylin. So the cheapest 5-pounder was the $50 $50 one here. However, to double the volume of that for the 10-pounder is $72. So it's 50% more for double it. But I don't know if you can handle moving the 10-pounder around.
yeah, it's got to fit in her grocery hauler suitcase.
Yeah, exactly.
So good luck. You might have to get a new grocery hauler suitcase. It's a little bigger.
Hang on.
Get a backpack for it.
No.
Here's a shorty.
Here's a shorty 11-pounder.
Yep.
Oh, there you go.
Those are nice. Those fit in your RV underbellies really nicely.
Let me take a quick
So
look down here.
get a can of red spray paint, paint it red. Next time you go to Lowe's, rip a Craftsman sticker off of something and slap it on there and tell people it's just an air tank.
Air compressor tank.
You got to think outside the box. Come on.
Yeah. Oh, and this one is 12 inches by 12 inches by 13.
She can have it because they can have barbecue grills on her deck. So she doesn't really have to hide it.
Yeah. So
She just needs something she can
want to
handle on the
store it out
bus.
on the deck, not in the house.
Yes.
But so there's the so there's your picture difference. So it's the same diameter of a standard tank, but it's only 13 inches tall. And it looks more like it looks like you could, yeah. It's an air compressor tank.
Yeah, just paint it. The pancake. It looks like a pancake tank.
Yep.
Just put a little nylon cover over the top so they can't see what the nozzle looks like. And yeah, sure, it's an air compressor tank.
All right, so
You're not
Karen,
gonna look at it close enough to know
it's
what
12 inches round. See if that'll fit in your grocery hauler or not. But yeah, that's but you just got to find out being able to get it filled somewhere on the bus. Take the bus to get it filled somewhere and get it back home.
Yeah.
Yeah, it weighs a little more when you add 10 pounds of propane to it.
Yep.
Like 10 pounds more.
Yep. Perfect. Hide it behind your plants.
Hell, and just take a small flower pot with a tray on it and put it on top.
No, you just go to the thrift store and find some sort of little cozy cover that'll fit over it.
Mm-hmm.
Make it a ghillie suit and it'll fit. It'll look like it's part of the plants.
Yeah, there you go. Spray painted camouflage.
All right, you just made me think something. Yeah, you spray paint it, but I'll bring it back up here. Up on the top, you get some. Up on the top, you can put a round shelf to fit on the top of it.
Yeah,
put your potted plant on.
It's a plant stand. Perfect.
Yeah, and you camouflage paint it.
Yep.
Or you get your acrylic paints out there, and you start making it look like a vining plant or something.
Just lose the white color.
Paint it. Yeah, just paint it. Put some ivy.
Hey,
Go to Dollar Tree, and they have those peel and stick stickers with all the flowers and stuff, and just cover it with those.
Paint it a medium green first, and then put all the flowers on it.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, there's a. Okay, what other specialty stuff? So if you're gardening, a person for their dream specialty gear might be a rototiller.
Or one of those Hori knives.
That too.
I don't have one yet. I need one.
Yeah. Hang on. I just thought of something here. I gotta go digging. For this one here. So I'm looking. I got to take this back to the.
While you're doing that, I have one more thing on that list. Those little like drills that drill so you can plant your bulbs.
Okay, I can bring up that here. Cordless. There we go.
Yeah, it's like a little auger for your drill.
Okay.
I think of the word.
Here you go. If you want battery powered stuff, they got cordless little rotor tillers.
Yeah,
My sister has the Mantis one like that, and it really, even in our sand, it does not do as well as you would think.
They make it look pretty because they're doing it in fluffy dirt they just dumped out of a bag from Home Depot.
Yeah, we have really fluffy sand here, loamy sand, and that man is still can't. We went and got the gas powered one from down the road.
I'm looking here probably at the 15 amp one here, which takes probably several batteries plugged into the back.
Yep.
But
Craftsman makes a lawnmower that takes 2 of the 20-volt battery packs. I'm like, what are you cutting? The median strip in front of your restaurant? That's it?
My son-in-law bought the I think it was Yardworks. Takes 2 of the 40 volt batteries on it. Yeah. And he mows a lawn. He mows a big area over there when he gets off his butt and mows. All right.
My neighbor bought one of those when they first came out, the electric lawnmowers, and I was working the afternoon or night shift at the hospital, and I came home and we shared a little strip of median of grass between our 2 driveways, and I pulled in and I parked. It's pitch black, could not see him out there. 3:00 in the morning, couldn't hear him, and he says, "Hi, Tammy," and I've jumped, and he's out there mowing the lawn. Couldn't even hear him with that electric lawnmower. Oh my gosh!
Okay.
Hey, Gil, you remember that YouTube short video they did? This had to be 10, 12 years ago. The guy plugging in the electric lawnmower and starting to push it forward. All of a sudden, the mower just takes off like a hovercraft. Do you remember? That was a long time. That one just came to mind. I was like,
this solved the mystery of why his lawn was always really, really short, but I never saw him mow it.
Yeah, middle of the night when nobody's around.
Yep.
All right, here's one for you guys. Here is the 18-inch long, 1.25 inch diameter auger. And if you need a little bit bigger, you need a bigger one. This is the bigger one, and it is the 3.5 inch auger, 25-inch long. Takes it will fit a 3/8 hex drive cordless drill, but I found out it works better with the 1/2 inch that has the handle on the side.
Yeah, don't hit a rock, you break your wrist.
Yeah.
And see, I could plant a lot of fruit trees with that. The little ones.
So they got there's the 3.5. This one here, 3.5 by 16, 3 inch by 12 inch, 32 inch by 2 inch.
That's all you need for tulips.
Yep, exactly. So they got all sorts of different sizes. Ooh, cool. I gotta look at that one. Gotta look. Oh, wait a 4 inch.
And you can mix paint with it.
Yes. So you got a 1.6 inch diameter by 9 inch, 2 inch by 14 and a half, 2.6 inch by 16, and 3 inch by 12 inch. 12 inch. That's the shorter, bigger, fatter one. So you look around and see what fits best for you, what gets done, what you want to get done. The first one I got was this one here, the 1.5 inch. But I wound up getting this one here because this one here just works so great. I just go zip with my big Milwaukee drill. And the excess dirt that falls back in, I take the little 3-inch pots, pull it off, set it in there so it sits just a little bit high, pour the water in it, and the water all goes down. It settles down into the right height, and I'm on to the next one. But
Nice.
yeah, this is my favorite one right now.
Yep. That's on my wish list.
Yeah. Oh, and so yeah, so if you're looking for some dream items for gardening, I guarantee you that drill, that 3.5 inch drill, auger for the drill. Oh yeah, and just to save you guys, let me show you what I use with it. Have it here. I get it to work right. Half inch. See if I'll bring up the one I have here. No, they're showing the small ones. Well, that's still not the one I have. That one on the side, the right angle one, is closest to what I have. It's a big monster like that with a big handle on it. But it's got the big handle on the side, and they're not showing the. All right, let me do this one here.
I have a 1942 Miller's Falls gear drive. That thing weighs about 30 pounds, and it's a half inch chuck on it. That thing will. Well, it broke my teeth a long time ago, but anyway, that's another story.
Yeah, dang, they're not showing it. But it's similar to that one right here, the 10 amp one here, big monster, but it has the bigger handle on it. It has the big monster handle on it. I mean, the handle is that big long piece of pipe, 18 inches long. Yep. And you screw it up the side, and it's got the D handle attachment on the back, like that one there. But it's got the big thing on it. Oh yeah, I've drilled.
That's a shoulder brace. That's for pushing on it with your shoulder.
I've drilled a 3-inch arbor wood drill through a beam. And they're like, reverse it, take it out, clean it all out. It's just it's a power monster to do some monster jobs. And my wife, when I first got it, right after we got married, she goes, "Why do you need that?" Until the first time I was having to drill, she tried using the drill. I can't get through. I pulled that sucker out, went through. She goes, "Okay." Yeah, that's your little That's your little sidearm for the military. This is your M60 machine gun. I didn't tell her about the equivalent of the Mod Deuce we had at work that had 2 teeth handles on it. It was almost like an auger for drilling the thing, but it was for drilling through steel. And you had 2 people on there, 2 people running it.
Yeah. It freaked my dad out when this thing hooked a nail, and I was going sideways, and that pipe, it was just a piece of 3/4 inch galvanized pipe handle, came right at me, got me right. It blew my lip up and knocked my front tooth back. And my dad lost it. He thought I was going to die. I didn't realize it was just my lip was all blown out, and then took me to his dentist like right away. And he was going to pull the tooth forward and bond it back to the other teeth, so it healed up that way. It didn't break the tooth, but yeah, it was close to being just loose and floppy. I probably could have popped it out with a pair of pliers real quick.
Good thing you didn't.
Yeah, it was not a good day. I still have the tooth and whatever. It was not a good day.
Doesn't sound like a good day at all.
It was a bad day.
One of the shoot, I have all this. I have a whole bunch of information on the computer in the living room where I'm writing my books, and maybe I can bring it up here. Maybe I can find it here. Let's see if I can find it here. Dang. Argo. That's it.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
ATV. Yeah, here we go.
I'll be right back.
Come on here. Okay, so the Argo ATV, here we go. There's one of them, but let's go to the Argo equipment. Sasquatch to see if this brings it up here. That's just the cover for it. Dang it. Argo Adventure. Does that have everything in it? So those are the part. Oh, it comes with an 8-wheel trailer. It floats. They both float.
My brother had one of those. The trailer is still sitting down at his place. I don't know if the tracked vehicle that pulled that trailer is still down there or not, but he had, and they would go through water and float.
Yeah. And you can buy tracks. You can buy tracks for it. It's rubber tired. You can buy tracks for it, or you can just run it without tracks.
I'll have to ask my other nephew when he comes down here again.
Yeah.
If my brother's is still down there. My brother passed away, so there's a lot of things that have been sitting down there for the last 15 years that nobody has keys to or knows what to do with. They just sit.
There's a cute one. Come on, give me the big picture.
Yeah.
This is a used one. It's got 8 wheels, two bench seats, seats 4 people or 6 if you squeeze kids in between.
Yep. Those things will float quite a distance.
Oh yeah.
So you can go through like some pretty gnarly swamps as long as you stay away from sticks that'll poke into the tires. Yeah. You can go, if you get the tracks, you can go through like some, and they'll float. He did pretty. I wish that we had the video equipment back then when he was doing all the stuff he was doing.
Yeah.
That's the brother that I think they were spying on, and then they based all of the Red Green show on all the stupid things he was doing. He had the windshield wipers on his chicken coop that open and shut the doors on his chicken coop like they had on their clubhouse. I swear that somebody was sitting out here with spy glasses on, and somebody bought him the Red Green suspenders. He had no idea. He'd never watched the TV show. He had no idea what it was. And those were his favorite suspenders. And he had the hat and the plaid shirt. And then I'm like, that guy was so based on my brother. It's not funny.
But yeah, so there is a whole bunch of different type of ATVs and stuff. Shoot. There are things for your pickup too, dream stuff. And I would love to get a 4-wheel drive truck and then get this here. Hopefully I can find it here. There's some different variants here. And so the one down here on the bottom, you drive up into it, and then it kind of locks the tire in. But then there's ones where you take the tire off.
Oh, those are those track things for the yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So basically, you take the tire off and you bolt up the lugs to, it bolts on just like a tire does. And they got, like standard or the extra long. And it has the
yeah.
And there was a Some of them are double wide, and they use for their track thing the thing off of Polaris snowmobiles.
Mhm.
So basically, each side is like 2 Polaris snowmobile tracks on it.
Yep, I've
But
seen.
there was a guy riding in Utah. I saw the video today. I didn't save it because I wasn't thinking about it. He was out riding the backcountry, and he rode across an abandoned mine shaft.
Oops.
Went down about 25 feet, hung on a branch or a root down there, and they rescued him. How they got to him was they had several pickups with these type of tracks on there. Got out there, and they had a cherry picker A-frame off the front end with a thing going over the back, and they ran a pulley down, and they pulled him out from 25 feet out, air flighted him out, and then they pulled out the snowmobile out.
Oh,
and
wow.
It was because they had stuff that had these tracks on it, and they had extra long, extra wide. I mean, these should look like a tank driving out there almost, but it was pickup.
There's snowcats with a pickup body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, and it's just, you can drive your pickup year round. You just got to switch from the summer tires to the winter tires to the crap tracks.
Yeah, but what's the gas mileage with those cracks?
Yeah, you don't count that.
You're not going to be going fast anyways. You're going to probably drive it around in low gear. So yeah, no matter what.
Yeah, but you're not going to get very far. You're going to have to pour the gas in as you're driving along. It's not going to.
Gallons
They move fairly
quick.
quick. Let me see if I can find the. Let me see if I can find it here. Let me go back here.
I saw one video. The guy took a snowmobile, completely took it apart, used the track. It was basically a power sled he made, and it was cool. He used it for ice fishing, and he loaded it up. He had like a flatbed on it and a handlebar.
Oh, an old GMC truck. Oh, yeah, definitely. Okay, they're not showing the. Here they got the whole Jeep and everything set up for sale. I was hoping they were going to have a video of it going. Okay. Let's do it this way here.
Click on videos.
No.
Just
YouTube. All right, this one here is the one you drive onto. And
this is for entertainment purposes only.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are just so
the
cool.
tire drives up in there, and it's got got rubbers and stuff on it to hold it in place, and so that locking thing you to put on first. I would like to see an actual speed run on it to see how fast it really is going, or how slow. Let's see if I find one of the other ones here.
I'm getting ready to turn into a pumpkin.
Yeah, I know, me too. I have to go cut about 3 cords of firewood tomorrow.
Okay. I'm looking at the speed of the windshield wipers going on the other one, and so that's cooking along. That one's drawing a leveler with it. But the one that had the windshield wipers going on it, was doing pretty good. See, the windshield wipers are kind of a clue to how fast it's going. Whoa. Hang on. Back up here, Mark. Do you see what I'm seeing on tractors?
Oh, there you go.
Mud tires. You can go mudding now.
Yeah, we can put them on our Coyotes and go anywhere.
And mud treads. Yeah,
Cool.
I don't think I'm going to be going into places like that because when the lower end of my property in the spring is wet, I just don't go there. It's easier. I don't have to worry about getting the chains and using my bucket to pull me out 12 inches at a time. Yeah. No.
Just come along. Come along.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. On your quick disconnect, just get the winch.
Yeah. I'm going to run right out when I get stuck to the local store and spend $4,000 on a winch to pull my stupid butt
in
out
that case, on
Dumb
the
enough to go
bucket
in
in the center, in the back, where you figure out where to go, you get a Harbor Freight winch and just connect it to your thing. Just winch yourself out.
No, I just tip the bucket down and I wrap the chain around it to a tree, and then I tip the bucket up and pull myself out 6 inches at a time, get off the tractor, get muddy, repeat 400 times, and never go there again.
All right. So you guys are tired. We're going to wrap it up here, folks. Thank you for the 8 of you that are still sticking in here watching. And yeah. So Monday on Camp Pat and Family Compound, we're talking about canning beef with different seasonings and flavorings in it to make meal prep easier. Tuesday on Tactical Tuesday, let me bring it up here so I can remember. Tactical Tuesday is large or small caliber. We're going to delve a little bit deeper than what we did today on PPUs. Thursday's the Midnight Ride. Friday on Camp Patton is Spring is Almost Here. We talk about garden prep and things you need to do, starting seedlings. You know, if you're in the northern states, what size pots to start your seedlings in and stuff. And then next Saturday here is the first of the after the event. What are your plans? And we're going to talk about how it works and stuff. And I may give an example of an event there, so everyone sees what's coming up on Saturdays from now on. It's going to be after the event. We've got after the power grid collapses, after China's economy collapses, after the supply chain fails, after California falls into the sea, after the mega local disaster happens. So we're going to talk about different things. So with that, everybody, go to bed, get a good night's sleep.
Have a good night.
And